We're here at Maury Abbey Cemetery, and there's a story here which is just so moving. It's a story of grief and a story of a father's devotion to his son, and we just wanted to share it with you. It's the 19th of March 1917. The two young British airmen are attacked by a German ace in the skies above Arras. They've been photographing enemy trenches, vital preparation for the coming battle. But now their cumbersome plane plunges to the earth, crashing behind those enemy lines. The Germans bury them with a simple cross made from the wreckage. Now here's the thing. Just days after the crash, the Germans retreat. They withdraw all across the front to positions called the Hindenburg Line. And they leave behind a landscape of utter devastation, riddled with booby traps. And so the British send in the Royal Engineers. Now, one of them is a man called Captain Thomas Bowyer Bower, and he is the father of the young pilot who was shot down just a few days earlier. And he is determined to find his son's grave and to give him a proper burial. And you know what? He finds it. Against all the odds, he finds his son's grave. But what happens next? Well, it's almost impossible for us to imagine. But he describes it himself. "We have found the plane and the grave beside it. We have exhumed the two bodies, and they have been identified as my dear boy and Elgie," who was the observer in the plane. "I've had them placed in coffins, and they were buried yesterday in the cemetery at Maury. The plane was riddled with bullets from above and the side. My boy was shot in the head and neck, and evidently killed instantly. His son Elred was just 22 years old. And today, he and his observer Elgie are still buried side by side here at Maury Abbey Cemetery." Today the sun is shining and the flowers are beginning to bloom. It's just so moving to be here 100 years later and to imagine Thomas standing at his son's grave. Just one story among thousands as we mark the centenary of the Battle of Arras.